Hi everyone, welcome to Excel Baby Steps. In this video, we are going to learn about Excel conditional formatting. So remember our monthly expense tracker worksheet that we have prepared in the last few exercises. So this is where it is now. Of course, I have removed all the formulas that we have done in one other lesson to keep it simple again. Now, before jumping into doing something with this sheet, let us spend a minute and understand what conditional formatting really is. Conditional formatting, as the name suggests, what it does is it changes the format of your worksheet items, be it cells or a bunch of cells or a row or a column, based on some condition. Now occasionally what we would like to do is, for example, let us say you want to highlight all the items that are more than 1000 rupees or $1000 in your case. Now I think we cannot see the whole list here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to collapse this ribbon. In order to collapse this ribbon, what you can do is you can double click on this tab name and it will be like that. So it gives us a bit more space to play with. Isn't it cool? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to highlight all the items that are more than 1000 so that I can spend some time understanding those items and maybe figure out a way to reduce them. Now there is 1000, then there is one, there is one, there is one, there is one. You can select multiple cells like that by using the key combination Control and click. So first you can select any cell by clicking on it. The next cell you want to select, you can hold the Control key and then click on the other cell. So we are selecting cells that are not contiguous to each other. Once I selected them, what I am doing is I am applying a fill color to them to bring those cells into attention. And it is very clear to me that rent, utilities, food and transport. So all of these are necessary expenses, and I understand that whatever money I'm spending, more money I'm spending, it is always going into the necessary stuff, so there's nothing to worry. For example, had there been a shopping or entertainment or something like that here, then I would have worried and probably discussed with my wife. Of course this is not real, but then I'm just giving you an example. But this kind of analysis and highlighting the values manually is not a good thing, because sometime later, maybe at the end of August, we are only up to 9 days now, there will be more items, and some of those items may be more than 1000, some of them may be less than 1000, and as you progress you might end up changing some of these values because they are erroneously recorded or something like that, and then you have to repeat the same step for September, October, November, so on and so forth. So highlighting these values more than 1000 every time you want to analyze is not a good idea, because every time you have to do this manual work of selecting all the cells and then Control clicking and then formatting. So this is where conditional formatting comes into picture. What it does, as I said earlier, is that it will highlight or it will change the format of some cells based on a rule. So here the rule being highlight this entire row whenever this value is, or highlight this cell whenever the value is more than 1000. So let us do that. To do that, I'm just going to select these cells, go to Home, Clear, Formats. So I just removed the formats. I guess I removed the border also. Let me apply the border again. Select these cells, Home and right border. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to select these cells, Home. In order to apply the conditional formatting, click on this button Conditional Formatting and then select this first item, Highlight Cell Rules. Now there are a bunch of ways in which you can apply formatting. The simple rules are highlighting and top and bottom rules. The highlight rules are, you can specify any type of rule. For example, you can say a value greater than 1000, less than 500, or a value between 100 and 200, and like that. Okay, or you can also tell whether a text contains, for example, eat out or a date occurring on weekends, or highlight any duplicate amounts. Top and bottom rules are similar again. You can easily understand what they do is they highlight the top 10 values or top 10% or something like that. To get started, let us do a simple rule: highlight cells greater than and greater than 1000. Okay, Excel gives you a bunch of options like light red fill with dark red text, or yellow fill with yellow text, or something like that. So let us select something very simple and easy for us to bring it to understand. Or you can use a custom format. Okay, when you do the custom format, the format dialog box opens where you can set the formatting options. I like that color, so let us use that one. And okay, so here you go. The values are all formatted as per the condition greater than 1000. So if my landlord becomes kind enough and he returns some of the rent money saying, "Hey Chandu, you know what, you have been paying rent for the last so many months, keep this money." So I change this rent money to 500 and the highlighting is gone. When I change it back to 2700, it comes back up again. So this is what conditional formatting is all about. You are applying formatting to a set of cells based on some rules. Now here you might ask a question, "Chandu, it's really dumb. We are just highlighting values in this column, whereas I would like to highlight the entire row, isn't it?" Now that's where it gets a little tricky, but I'm going to show you how to do that. In order to do that, let us select the entire thing, but before even jumping there, I think we should clear the formatting rules from this one. So I'm selecting these cells, go to Home, Conditional Formatting, Clear Rules from selected cells. So we are just removing the rule that we have set earlier so that the formatting will be gone. When you do that, the formatting will be cleared off and you have all the cells are again back to normalcy. Now I select all these cells. Now remember, what is the condition that we need to select? Whether I am formatting B3 or C3 or D3 or E3, I need to just check the column E and see if it is more than 1000. So to do that, I select all these cells because all of them need to be formatted. Go to Home, Conditional Formatting, and then select this option, New Rule. New rule will give us a much more robust interface where we can create conditional formatting rules and formatting option. Now all these are already known. Formatting cells based on their values is nothing but less than, greater than, contain, and top and bottom ranked, below average, stuff like that. But the last one is what interesting to me. Use a formula to determine which cells to format. Of course, we are not a formula advanced people right now, but you can write a simple formula that will do. Let me just show you a formula that will do this. We need to check if E3 is greater than 1000. Okay, if it is greater than 1000, we need to set the formatting this fill color. Now the problem with using simple E3 is that, remember how Excel treats. We wrote a formula here, and when I dragged it, the references for that formula, the cells used in that formula, changed automatically. Same thing applies for conditional formatting. What conditional formatting does is, when I write E3 will be checked for the first cell. So second cell will automatically check against F3. Third cell will check against G3. That's not good. We want all the cells to check against E3. So that is where we just use the value $E3. When I use a symbol dollar before E, what I am telling Excel is, keep the column E static, don't change it. Okay, I am not going to go into details for that, just show it to you like this. I think something is wrong with that. Let me just very quickly, conditional formatting, manage rules, and okay, as I guessed, it changed the reference, but no worries. Okay, so now we are cool. All the values are highlighted. Since I want to limit these videos to 10 minutes, I'm not going to explain in much detail, but you can play with these formats, and there's so much more to learn in conditional formatting. I hope you had fun watching this video. All the best. Bye bye.